Let me share a very affordable, inexpensive Bluetooth scanner that is super helpful for a lot of the businesses I help out with. This here is probably one of my favorites. Super inexpensive. You can find these. Sometimes they retail semi-used for as low as like $15 to $16. Other times you'll see them priced, maybe around $35, $40 new. But you can find this particular brand on eBay as well as Amazon. Super little awesome device. I love it. It immediately wakes up. It gives you three, you can see here we got not super bright here, but you can see there are 1, 2, 3 green LEDs lit up. And that shows the power level. So you're at a 75% battery. But this here is the Symcode. And I tell you, they make things simple in terms of scanning UPCs. You do get a standard USB connector that also serves as a charger because this is a wireless handheld scanner. And it scans a lot better than the stuff like we had a liquor store owner the other day. He was using Shopify, and Shopify gave him a little rinky-dink handheld scanner that was about a third of the size of this guy. And this thing, we gave him one of these and he was just blown away with its ability to not only scan barcodes like so, we got one right here on display, but also how easy and user-friendly it was. The other one, you typically had to get really close. This one's got a really nice effective range and it does a good job just ringing them up for you. The best thing about it though is that you can not only connect it 3 different ways to your devices. It works really good with tablets. So if you use an iPad, an iPhone to manage inventory, you can connect via Bluetooth, and I'll show you guys how to do that here in a minute. But also you get this really awesome stand. That way, if you need something to just sit at your checkout more or less permanently, you have the option to use this bad boy. And this thing is pretty slick. Like I said, I've been getting these for my merchants and we help them out with payment processing systems. So any type of point of sale system, typically I'm the go-to guy, and I'd like to avoid spending the extra money if we can, simply because, at the end of the day, we only have a limited amount of money we can rack up, and the last thing we want is a more expensive payment on our point of sale system. So I try to reduce that by eliminating as much extra equipment with the actual system that we're using, because sometimes those price tags can get really hefty and expensive. And that's why I recommend getting one of these Symcodes, because it saves a lot of money. It's, like I said, it's much more affordable than dropping $125, $130 on a Zebra model. But really cool thing about this mount is you also have these 2 open mounting locations for screws. So if you want to bolt this to your countertop, or maybe you want to put it up on the wall and reposition it, you can do that. And this is a flexible connection piece here. But I've used a lot of barcode scanners, and I have to admit, this one is by far my favorite. I love the design. You can keep it at your counter, and it stays quiet too. That's another thing, is it has the option to be noisy. Like a lot of these, if you've ever bought one of these barcode scanners before, these things can get noisy and they start beeping. That's one thing that a lot of people complain about with other models, and I was complaining myself with the other models as well. But this guy, it makes it super easy to where you can leave it on standby, and as long as it's been charged up and it's got power, it'll constantly be checking movement. And whenever you put a barcode up underneath and you do a simple scan, it'll wake up and whatever you're on, whether you're on your tablet device, your actual point of sale, it will go ahead and pull up the UPC that you're searching for. But not a lot of extra features. It's just standard charging port at the bottom. Like I said, that USB cable comes in handy. You do have your power indicators, which is really nice. A lot of Bluetooth scanners do not offer that power indicator on top here, which I really like. Let me go ahead and show you guys how easy it is to use this on an iPad or an iPhone, and you can simply connect it with just a few simple steps. The real nice thing about this is you can not only use this to connect it to your laptop or your desktop, But you can also use this little USB drive, and if you look inside here, I'll pop it open. This is the little USB-A connective reader, and it allows you to plug it into your laptop or your desktop or your actual point of sale, and you can permanently run your scanner through this little guy. I think it's like 2.4 gigahertz or something like that, but definitely nice to have. But for us, we're going to be using it on iOS. So if you go into your settings and you actually go to the Bluetooth, you can see here I've got my Bluetooth turned on, and right there at the very tip top, barcode scanner. So this guy is connected. I'll go ahead and tap into the empty space here, and you can see there in no time it's populating. That UPC is just getting punched in right away. For those that might have bought this used, you can see here that this is the actual owner's manual they give you, and they give you a lot of good info about the hardware, but also you have codes for different settings. So you can simplify the programming by simply scanning one of these based on what you're using it for. So lots of good stuff packed into this. I'll go ahead and hold these here for a moment in case anybody wants to screenshot these, and they might be able to reuse them. But you have all these different programming barcodes depending on your usage. And look at all the different language selections here. You got all of them right here. Well, I'll leave it at that. If you have a small business and you're looking to save on equipment, you need a new system to run everything, manage your inventory, track your vendors, etc., feel free to reach out to me. I'll leave my contact info down in the description. I'll also post a little photo of my business logo up here in the top right. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching. Comment down below and share your thoughts, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.